So another way of looking at a translation is to look at it on a grid like this. So how do we do the translation on the grid? Well, to do the translation on the grid, we still need instructions. We still need to know how far to go and in which direction. But this time, the instructions are going to be in this form, like this. It will be T for translation and then X, comma, Y. So the X will tell us how far to move right or left, and the Y will tell us how far to move up or down. So each point will follow these instructions. So let's look at an example. Let's take this figure here, has 5 vertices, and let's create a translation. Let's make it up. So let's say that we want to translate the figure 7 points to the right and 5 points down, 5 units down. So I'll put a -5. So the first number tells us to go 7 to the right because it's positive, so we go to the right. And the second number tells us to go 5 down. So we have to move each point according to this rule. So A will move 7 to the right. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So A will end up over here. A star, well, wait a second, I still have to go down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where A is going to end up. So I'm going to put a point right here, and that's where A is going to end up, and I'll label that point A star, like that. And I do the same thing for each point. I follow that same rule. So B will be 7 to the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I do that to all of these points, I'll have the same shape, but it will be in a different location. It will be in different locations. So let's click on each point. Let's have the computer do it for us, and then we'll check to see that it follows this rule. So transform, translate, and you see here now it's asking me for the, let's do rectangular. No. So in this program, it's asking me for the horizontal. So horizontal, we said 7. So you see the whole thing moved 7. And then if I put 0 here, you see if I just put 0 for the vertical, everything moved 7 this way. But we said -5, so I'm going to put a -5 here and -5. So everything moved 7 and 5. Let's connect it, and we'll see a clearer picture. Let's make it a different color. Let's make it red. So if I connect all the points like this, 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 and now each one, this is going to be B star, B star, C star. So if I take each point, it has moved according to this rule. So let's try point D. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right, and then 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that happens for each one, and you notice the shape is exactly the same. Now I can draw an arrow here. If I take an arrow, let's say I start the arrow anywhere. I start over here, and I go 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my translation arrow. So this here is the translation arrow like we saw before without the grid. So I can put a little T here for translation. And I can see that if I take this, it actually works. See, it tells me, just like I did before, the arrow corresponds to this rule here. So this rule is the same but on the grid. So we can try some examples where I want you to take the arrow and give me the instruction, the grid instructions. So if I just put it right on the dot like this, like that. So how do I get the rule? Well, how do I go from here to there? Well, first I go horizontal, 7 and 5 down. So try these examples. Okay, so for each one of these, we have to find a rule that looks like this. T, X, comma, Y. So how far do we move horizontally and how far do we move vertically? So let's look at the first one. So I'm starting from here and I'm going there. So I am first of all, how far am I going horizontally? I'm going 1, 2. 2 to the right, and I'm not going up or down anywhere. So that means this one is going to be T, 2 to the right, and 0 up or down. That's the rule for that one. 2, 0. 2 to the right, I don't go up or down. Look at this one. So here I always look at the back of the arrow to the tip of the arrow. How do I go from here to there? So horizontally, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 4. So translation, 4 to the left. So since I'm going left, it's negative. And I am not going up or down, so it's 0 for that one. Now let's look at the next one. Here, again, T. I will start with a T. How far do I move left or right? Well, I'm going straight up. So I'm not moving anywhere left or right. So it's 0. How far am I going up? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 up. This one here is similar, but I'm going from here to there. I'm going down, straight down. So again, I'm not moving left or right. So 0, left or right. And up or down is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. So it's going to be negative 6. And that's the rule for that one. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. In the next one, we have two movements. So how do I go from here to there? Let's start with our T. So let's start with our T. And I ask myself, okay, how do I go from here to there? Well, horizontally, I have to go 1, 2, 3. Let's move this out of the way for now. Let's look at it again. So from here to there, I have to go 1, 2, 3. 3 to the right, 2 down. 3 to the right, 2 down. 3 to the right, 2 down. So negative 2. 3, negative 2. That's that one. This one over here. Now this one here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left. So negative 6, 1, 2, 3. So this one will be translation of negative 6 left and 3 down, like that. And one more. Let's just double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So negative 6. 1, 2, 3 down. So this one will be translation. I'm going to the right. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And just 1 up. So 11, comma 1. How did you do in getting these right? And now we can use these to move our shapes, any particular shapes.